Good morning, Twisties. I had the pleasure of speaking with Shanna on Friday afternoon. You may know her better as Flickner on Ravelry, and we had just the best time. We had such a good time that I spent most of the weekend editing that video down to 30 minutes. So fair warning, this interview is 30 minutes long. It's much less of an interview and much more of just the two of us having a grand old time. It was really a lot of fun, and we really get to know Shanna and her personality and just what a wonderful human being she is. So with no further ado, and without adding much more time to this video, which is already 30 minutes long, welcome Shanna. Welcome everybody. I'm here with my friend Shanna. You may know her as Flickner on Ravelry. She has graciously agreed to come and be one of our guests on my Good Morning Twisties videos that I'm doing on Tuesdays. And Shanna is we're just gonna have a good chat. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I am. I love your videos. It'll be nice to actually talk back at you this time instead of having you just
shouting at the screen while you're watching.
Yes.
Like, you should have said this.
Yes. Or wait, I have a question.
There you go. Now you can ask all the questions.
Okay.
You live in the Santa Clara, California area. Is it Santa Clara or San Jose?
It was San Jose City, but it's our county. So yes, you're right.
Both.
Yes. Both. Yeah. I am local to Stitches West. That's
where we first met.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I remember when you came into our booth and I said, hey, I recognize you because I used your project in one of my newsletters. And you said, oh my God, that was you. Oh wait, you're a real person? You did that?
Yeah. Wait, what? I didn't see that newsletter. And you said, oh wait, it's coming out soon.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
I recognized your face right away because I had just been looking at your project. It was a beautiful shawl. It was really long and it had tassels in, tassels in a few places. I don't recall the name of the pattern. Do you remember?
I think it's Waiting for Rain, I think. You give me one sec.
That's okay. Send it to me and I'll put it in the show notes so everybody can see it. And I'll link to your project.
I will do that.
And it'll be down below.
It'll be down below.
I'm learning all the lingo.
You'll get there. I still don't know all the lingo.
So Santa Clara, and we were just there. Like, my husband was saying, maybe you shouldn't go to Santa Clara on an airplane because all of this COVID stuff was just starting to ramp up and there were already a few hot spots in that area. Right, like the day that I left, it was on the news.
Yeah, it was just starting out.
The airplane. Yeah. So how have you guys been keeping safe and healthy out there in Santa Clara?
Well, me and my family are doing fine. I'm here with both my college kids. In fact, my daughter just did her final project presentation yesterday. So I now
graduation?
Graduate, yes. Oh
congratulations!
My God.
Oh, that's so exciting.
And no job. And my sister has one more year, and for the summer, no job. But unfortunately, that's the way it is for all the kids these years.
Yeah.
Our internships are non-existent.
Yeah.
But I'm very fortunate that my husband has worked from home for many, many years. And so for me, working from home full time has been a slight adjustment, but we're doing okay. And the four of us being in the house, I love that we're all together. We're very fortunate we've not been getting on each other's nerves yet.
Give it time.
The governor of California shut down the state in mid-March.
Yep.
So we have been sheltering in place for 2 months now.
Yep. We're in the same boat here in Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah. So as an introvert, I'm quite happy. I get to do a lot of knitting, so it's good. Instead of commuting home, I get to just move to my couch and knit.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm having a little rougher time here. I miss people. I miss seeing my people over at the studio. I got to see Fawn today, which was fun.
I know.
You're going to be, those of you watching are seeing this on Tuesday, but today is the day that we shipped Club. Club. So by the time you see this, you probably will have your box that you get to open.
I'll probably get it in the afternoon.
Yeah, you'll probably get it.
It takes another day.
Yeah. No, it'll probably by Tuesday.
By Tuesday.
I shipped it. We brought it to the post office, I think, around 2 today.
Okay.
So it's definitely out of Mason today.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, you should be. This is going to be amazing. I love the Maisel show, the Mrs. Maisel show. Meg and I, when we travel to the different shows, we always have one show that we don't watch without the other person at home, right? So Maisel was one of those that we would get done with the show. Our feet would be like throbbing, from standing up all day long on the concrete floors in the showroom. And we get back to the hotel, order pizza, put our feet up, and just binge like 4 episodes before we fall asleep.
Nice.
So when we were looking for Club, we thought, that one's kind of perfect.
Yeah. And her clothes are fabulous.
The inspiration is just endless.
The clothes are stunning. If any of you haven't seen the show, you should watch it just for the clothes. It's just amazing. But it's also really funny.
And anyhow, enough about Club. Not everybody's in Club. I want to talk about the knit along. Yeah, you're participating too. We're doing different projects, but we're both doing a garment. Which one are you working on?
I am doing one called Tulip. It is a sweater. There's 2 versions. It's a slightly wider neck, and then one version, the sleeves come down and then they flare a bit. Another one has a fitted sleeve. I'm doing the fitted sleeve. And then the body is an A-line shape, and then there's a lace panel, like a tulip lace, down both sides.
Under the arms?
Yes, and under the arm. And then it's a raglan shaping, and up on the raglan, on all 4 raglans, and then in 2 rows on either side of the lace, there's like a mock lace panel. Ooh. Super easy to do. Instead of whipping in
super easy to do
a cable needle, you just grab a stitch and flip it over the next 2, and then you do a knit yarn.
Okay. Oh, that does sound easy.
Yeah, it's really easy. I love a mock cable, and it looks a lot like a cable. I don't know. Here, you want to see it?
Yeah, I do. Show us.
So when you knit it in this direction, that's kind of how it looks, but then it'll be on like this. So these are the raglans. It
really does look like a cable, especially from this distance.
Especially from a distance,
yeah.
But
you can really
I'm loving it. And I'm knitting it in this unbelievable Harmony colorway.
Is that when you got it Stitches West? Or is that in order?
I picked up a skein at Stitches West, and then I realized I was going to need a larger skein plus the cupcakes.
Oh, right. I remember Meg dyed that one for you, and then we took a bunch of pictures of it all together before we shipped it out. I didn't realize that was your order.
I think it might have been, and then you posted it all on your Instagram account. And I saw the pictures on Instagram, and I went, oh my God, that's gorgeous. And
then it showed up at your door.
Yeah, I got my bag in the mail and went, oh my God, I think I've seen this before.
You had.
I did. Yeah,
I love
beautiful.
that colorway.
Yeah, it's so pretty. My yellow light doesn't show it in true justice. It's just absolutely.
No, it's so soft. And I love the fact that it's got that green blue transition. So it's such a slow transition that you'll see when you get closer to that blue, you're not gonna even notice for 2, even almost 3 rows, and then you're gonna say, oh my God, I'm in blue. Because it goes so gradually.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. It's just gorgeous. I'm very excited.
I'm doing a vest, the same one. It's more like a cardigan, I guess. It has little cap sleeves.
Cap sleeves. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to do sleeves or not.
I'm going to do sleeves, but just tiny little ones. I'm not talented enough to size the arm yet. Let me make a garment first, and then we'll start thinking about knitting math. but eventually I think I'd love to be able to do one where the yoke is different size on one side than the other, but just a little enough that the sleeve will actually fit me. So I'm going to do little cap sleeves, and I'm using Nomad, and I didn't grab my cake of it. Sorry, I just have my solid with me. But look, 2 more rows and I actually can start the sleeves. Well, we're having fun. If you are interested in knitting a garment, maybe you're not quite ready to do it, come stalk our thread. Stalking is super fun, and you can comment or not.
Yeah.
But we're a pretty good, well, laid back bunch. I don't comment as often as I should. But there's a lot of chatter going on there, and it's fun to watch, and some really good information. Somebody was asking about some math, how to figure out exactly where to start an evolution and how to create the look that they were going for. One of our members who chimed in, and I think she actually was answering a question of Meg's.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, good, I don't have to do that tonight. Now I'm just going to use your method, and really good information. Really.
And everyone on the chat has just been really supportive and
nice. Yeah.
just encouraging, and some of the posts are just hilariously funny.
Tell them about your swatch debacle.
So I actually did a swatch. I was a good girl. I knit a swatch, and okay, this is what needle size, number of stitches cast on, it's all good. I knit all the way down till I separated for sleeves, knit about another inch, tried it on, and my swatch was a filthy liar. And my sweater was huge. Dang it. So took it back halfway up the yoke. So that's why I'm only, that's the front.
Only, she says only. I've got this much, and she's back to
yeah, but I was like down here before.
Yeah.
I was twice as far, but it's okay. It's okay. That's the part of being a knitter. I mean, I'm trying to become more of a process knitter rather than a project knitter, and so
I'd love to talk a little bit about that. Tell me more about what do you think when you say process knitter? What does that mean to you?
So for me, the difference between I was totally a project knitter. I want that thing, and I want that thing in this yarn, and I want to put them together, and I want it done right now because I want to wear it now. And so I start knitting it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Everything's great. And oh, look, another piece of yarn. And another pattern, and I want that right now. And so that one gets chucked into the work in purgatory pile.
Yeah.
Start another one. And so I found that I in fact, I still have a lot of projects just sitting on needles.
Yeah.
That I plan to finish, but I also know that eventually when I get back to some of them, I'm going to look at that and think, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
And just take it all out.
We all have those.
I know we all have those.
Yeah.
So for me, trying to be more of a process knitter is trying to enjoy the process of knitting, the process of the sweater becoming a piece of fabric that is shaped, that I can eventually wear.
I love that sentiment.
Quite so hedonistic with my knitting, and to enjoy, oh, this is how you do this mock cable stitch, and this is turning out really good, and how do I count the rows up, and just trying to enjoy every little piece of it, and I'm starting to make that shift. So one of the things that I like to do too is I like to knit, sitting, I'm on this end of the couch, my husband's on the other end of the couch. During this time of quarantine, we've been watching a lot of movies. And so what's nice to me about, all this stockinette is I can just knit while we're watching the movie. And then it's like, okay, I have 9 stitches here that I have to pay attention. And so I can ignore the TV and pay attention. And then when I get to the lace section, it's only another 15 stitches.
Right.
And so this is actually a good project for me. And I've been knitting long enough that I can now knit without looking at every single stitch.
Yeah. I'm getting there.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
I actually noticed myself doing it the other day. I was talking to my kids. The TV was on. We were just sitting, and I was knitting, and I looked down, and I had knit like maybe 30, 40 stitches in a row. I didn't even realize actually that I had been knitting. And of course it was a purl row, but the fact, that's beside the fact. The point is, I was knitting and I wasn't even paying attention.
Yay!
I should have been purling, but that's okay. I was happy to tank back. I was perfectly happy to do that.
I've done that too. Someone several years ago, I was watching them do it when I had to look at every stitch, and she said, and I said, how do you knit without looking at your work? She said, knit in a group of people where you're talking, and all of a sudden you will be knitting without looking, without even realizing it.
Yeah, well, it's true. It is true. I love it.
Especially, yeah, and even if you're supposed to be purling, you could just, but I do that too anyway sometimes. Like when I'm watching TV and say, oh, dang, I was on a purl row. Yeah, I've done
I was never so excited to tink back in my life. It was great.
Yeah, it's progress.
Yeah.
It's fun to see those little steps. And again, that's another one of those, it's part of the process of learning to knit, of being a good knitter. I also decided many years ago that I wanted to be a good knitter, which meant I had to tink.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, that's part of the process. And don't bemoan it, don't labor it, don't think, oh my God, I could have been, halfway down my body by now. No, it's fine. Where do I have to be? What's next? Oh, that other 150 projects in my queue? They can wait. Let's just finish this because this is so pretty and I'm so excited to get to the gradient.
That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't been knitting for that long. Only about 5, maybe 6 years, not quite. So I'm still kind of in the instant gratification mode of things. I'm not fast. Partly I'm a thrower. I'm not I don't do continental, but I found that it's not as enjoyable for me. And I actually find that the movement of throwing is really great for my shoulder. I have bursitis in my shoulder, which can be very painful at times. And really the only way to lubricate that joint is some repetitive movements.
Well, and there you go. You do. Knitting is physical therapy.
It is. It is multitasking.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I just say, you know what? I'm going to be a slow knitter. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
So here's a question for you. Since you said in the last video that you're not a knitter when you joined TFA.
No, I wasn't.
And Meg threw a skein of yarn at you. How did you get involved with TFA?
I've known Meg, oh boy, close to 15 years ago now. Our kids did Taekwondo together.
Okay.
As little itty bitties, they were, tiny tigers or little dragons or whatever they were. And then they, went up through, they went to different schools, so it wasn't like that, but we always would sit next to each other on the bench, and I'd be like, she's so cool. She's not going to talk to me. And then Meg said the same thing over here.
Because you're both so cool. I can't believe you talked to me when I walked through the door.
I was new to town. I didn't know anybody. And, our kids just have a way of bringing people together. So we just started hanging out a lot. And she became part of my closest knit group of friends in town. And I always knew she had a yarn company. And I knew she dyed yarn. I didn't know what a rock star she was. I couldn't. I had no way of knowing. When you're not a part of the fiber world, you don't understand the artistry and the hard work that goes into what she does. And as a small business owner, that's a whole nother layer on top of it. I mean, Meg is a rock star.
Yeah,
she really is. And so when her business manager at the time had a move, she said, hey, I need somebody to help me out for a while. And then I started working for her, and she's like, here's some yarn. Learn it, because you can't work here if you don't. And I honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between a fat yarn and a thin yarn. It just looked like yarn. I'm like, oh,
All just pretty string.
Kind of feels the same as this
Yeah.
this one that I brought with me from Joanne. You know, like
Right.
acrylic. I couldn't
Right.
tell the difference even. I mean, that's how much of a novice I was. I had no idea. But boy, you learn fast.
Mm-hmm.
Especially once you start knitting, and that's why she did that. I
Yeah.
know I was intimidated. I'm like, okay, YouTube, help a sister out.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And I got knitting and I learned. And as I was learning to knit, I was also learning nuance, and I didn't even know I was doing that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love YouTube. YouTube really taught me how to knit as well.
Yeah, it really did. I learned. My grandmother tried to teach me once. I was like 12, and all my cousins were outside playing in the pool. She just didn't choose her time well.
Yeah, bad timing, Grandma. Love you, but gotta go.
This looks like so much fun, but I'm gonna just grab this popsicle and bye. And
Exactly.
of mine, I wish I had learned from her and not from YouTube, but YouTube did a great job. I'm learning and I'm still learning. And anytime I come to something that I don't know what the meaning of the stitch is, I just go to YouTube and somebody tells me and then they show me.
Yes.
So I'm pretty grateful for that.
Yes.
So I've been knitting since then.
So how long has it been now? About 6 years?
Almost, not quite 6 years.
6 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I learned to knit sort of. I learned to knit and purl just those stitches in high school. My mother had been knitting forever. I think she learned when she was a child. And she tried to teach me using a pattern I didn't like and a yarn I didn't like. And so I never finished, and I never did again for 30 years.
It's hard to keep interest when it's,
Yes.
baby blue, itchy wool. It's just not.
Yeah, it was a royal blue acrylic, but it was still itchy, and it was like a scoop neck vest with a wide ribbing around the neck and a wide ribbing.
Nothing you'd ever want to wear.
No, it's like college professor scoop neck vest. Really, Mom?
Yeah.
What are you? 80s. I am not wearing this. Give me a break.
Exactly.
But I decided about 20 years ago when my kids were little, I'd like to learn to knit. And so I went to Michael's, I picked up the cheap book and the cheap yarn and the cheap needles and spent
Best way to learn. Good
Yeah.
chunk. Lots of chunky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
big chunky yarn and knit, purl. I got so good at knit and purl. And then what kicked me onto Ravelry was when my daughter was in middle school, one of the parents from the school, she was a great knitter, and she said, "Oh, do you know about this website called Ravelry?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Life changing.
I can't even pronounce it. No, I haven't been right. So daughter wanted fingerless gloves for Christmas. And I remember it was Christmas 2011. I don't remember why it was that year. And I tasked my husband. I said, "You go find them." And so he bought some, shipping them on Christmas Day. And I was looking at them and I could do better than this. Where's that Ravelry site? We went to a local yarn store. We were not at home. We were visiting family. We went to a local yarn store. I managed to pick up 2 skeins of Dream in Color Starry. I've had good taste always, apparently.
Yes.
But I bought 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn to make a pair of gloves because I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
Right.
She still has the gloves. And I haven't looked back since. And I knit them flat and I seamed them together without the thumb gusset, and I haven't looked back. And I have knit almost every single day since then.
I love that. I love that. It's therapy.
It is.
It's my time to just say, I can just do 2 rows and I feel physically better. I feel like, okay, I can move on. Now it's time let's go just do some dishes. Come on.
Right.
I'll just give me 15 minutes. Let me unwind a little bit. And then I just feel like, okay, now I can tackle whatever's coming next.
Exactly. Yeah. So you sew though, because you've been making masks for is it your brother?
I am not a sewer. Okay. There's a distinction.
Yes.
That I really want to make clear to my sewing friends who are sewers. I am not a sewer. I know how to use my machine. I learned how just this past week to take it all the way apart and clean out all those little bits and pieces and oil where it's supposed to oil.
Yep.
Yeah, my brother is he's a paramedic here in the Lansing area in Michigan. And his wife is, she's in charge of the fire department also in our neighboring town. They're both paramedics. They're both first responders. And when this thing first started, it was really scary to know that they may not have what they need. Right. And they were going into people's homes where that virus was active, you know, and I mean, that's my brother. When you have somebody that close and know that that is a situation that they might be in, yeah, time to dig out some fabric and dust off the machine and get some masks going. Mostly I'm just doing it for my family. Yeah. I send it to my mom and dad and my sisters and, you know, make sure my nieces and nephews all have masks, that kind of a thing. But I enjoy it, but it's not knitting. You know, there's ironing, which not really my jam. And cutting has to be really precise. I'm not a precise kind of girl. You know, that's about good. Oh, shoot, it's a half an inch too short. Well, I'll only do 3 pleats then instead of 2. So I am not a sewer, but I do sew, and I say if you can work a machine, you can make a mask. It's straight lines. Yeah. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right. Do the research, find the right pattern, use the right number of layers, and wash it every time. But I have a basket right by my back door, and you come in and off they go and into the basket. And then grab the next one on your way out. Just have a big old pile.
Did you make that mask that you were wearing in this morning's video with all the little on it? That was cool, and all I could think was, it's like an evolution.
I know. Meg gave me people have been gifting me fabric because I don't have a lot of it. I'm not a sewer, so I had little bits here and there, and I say, hey, if you want a mask, get me some fabric and I'll make you a mask. And then they give me extra. So Meg actually gave me that fabric, and I just loved it. I thought it looked like colored pencils.
Yes.
But I would best box of colors.
Yes, with like 180 different colors.
Right? Yeah.
I want to see you make a mask out of the twisted fabric.
That's next. I have 3 panels in my room that I just got.
Nice.
A couple of them are test colors, so maybe I'll make one and wear it. Yeah. So that's next. I'm going to make a bunch out of those.
Well, I can tell you guys have been super busy and a little stressed because I ordered a skein of Bliss to make a t-shirt, and I ordered the purple end coordinate to go with it, and they're both tagged parakeet.
I'm sorry.
I don't care. I looked at it and went, well, obviously the yarn is Bliss. It says parakeet. They are so busy doing. No, and it was partly because you guys are probably scrambling to get all that parakeet out before you had to switch everything up for the next color.
It was labeled correctly. We also usually have 3 sets of eyes before something goes in the mail.
Yeah, I get it. It's fine. It's like that stamp that the airplane is upside down, you know?
Right.
It's a rare gem.
Well, I'm glad you knew it wasn't parakeet.
I know it's not parakeet.
Yeah.
Definitely Bliss.
Yeah. This has been fun, these limited colorways. People have been digging it. We always set things out to dry on racks overnight. All of the skeins that have been dyed that day get washed. So Mag or Fawn will come in the morning, and it'll just be a sea of parakeet or a sea of solace, all one color, which doesn't ever happen. Even during club, it doesn't happen that often.
You should take some pictures of that and post them on your Instagram. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it's just a whole room completely full of one color. Yeah, you can't even walk. She's got to like take them down as she walks in the room because she can't get through. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun.
Wow.
I have a good job.
Yeah. I'm a little jealous. Get to play with yarn all day.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
so
Shanna, this has been really great.
been delightful.
Thank you for just chatting with me. This was nice and relaxed. Hey, anybody else want to come chat with me?
It's not scary. It was very fun. You can tell we did a little bit of laughing. So
Did you even remember that we were recording? It kind of
I
just
don't even
felt
know.
like we were just talking, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just
It's
talking.
not intimidating. It's really
No.
fun, and I think people are really going to dig this.
I hope
This
so.
format. I know I
Yeah.
very rarely watch back the videos I make.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to like make sure I get everything in the notes. But I watched the one with Lisa the whole way through. Yeah, it was fun to watch
Great.
back.
Yeah, that was wonderful actually seeing her,
Yeah.
not in person, but to actually see her and put a voice and a moving face to the pictures that you see online.
Wonderful woman. Oh.
It was delightful to watch.
Well, thank you. I hope
Thank
somebody else
you.
lets me know that they want to talk too, because this was fun.
This was very fun.
I
Thank you
hope
so
that
much for having me.
West is going to be a thing, because then I can see you,
I know, that would be
an actual person.
I would love to see you again. And Mag.
Yes, both of us.
All right.
All right.
Next time,
Bye.
give her a
Twisties.
squeeze from me.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Wasn't that just the most fun? I don't think I have laughed more in a very long time, especially during this time of quarantine. It was just so lovely to sit with her and just have a good old-fashioned conversation with a human being person. It was really lovely. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast doing it. Thank you, Shanna. That was just so much fun. I really can't wait to be able to get to travel again and get out to California and see you and hug on you in person. That was just really wonderful. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I will see you on Friday. I'll have another short video, more of a newsworthy kind of one with a recap of the week and what's going on. But hey, just in case you're still there, don't forget Dowager is now on sale. Go check it out. It's a limited time, so it's only here for this week through Saturday. Dowager. It's part of our old, one of our old clubs, the Downton Abbey Club. Really great colorway. Love it. Bye, guys. Love you.